Hi everyone and welcome to Module 3.5, Pitching Your Ideas. In this module, you will learn how to pitch an idea or a project and why it is such an essential part of a business. We will start by learning the basics of pitching and then look at two common approaches to pitching which are used in different contexts. So, why learn to pitch? Well, if you have a water or climate related solution that you want to turn into a business, you will have to have a pitch ready. You'll have to pitch your solution to potential clients, investors, partners, stakeholders. Without having a good pitch ready, no one will know about your solution and you might miss out on exciting opportunities. So a project pitch has to be short and sweet. It has to get to the point. It has to highlight potential for change. This is especially important in the water and climate sector. You have to explain how your solution will contribute positively to the environment and or society. It also has to be passionate and engaging. Remember that passion is contagious, so make sure that your pitch has a lot of passion without going over the top. And this brings us to the last point. It has to be realistic. Everyone loves a dreamer, but no one is really going to take you seriously or invest money in you if you haven't thought out your business model properly and if you haven't thought out the financial aspects of your business. So make sure that you're realistic about what it is that you want to achieve with your solution. And what is it not? It's not a sales pitch. Remember that. You're not trying to sell something to someone in that moment. You're trying to get information across about your project. It's not a detailed description of your business or your financial plan. Don't get into too much detail, get the main facts across, but don't go into a very long pitch with all the details, since that will make the other person disengaged. And it's not a conversation or a long speech. So short, to the point, and getting those facts across with a lot of passion. Presenting a project to someone, let alone a whole audience, can be a daunting task, even for the most experienced entrepreneurs, salespeople, and marketing experts. Luckily, coming up with a great pitch is something that you can do with time and with a lot of preparation. And once you have a really good pitch that you know works, you can practice with friends and family over and over again until it lives in your body. There are many types of pitches that an entrepreneur can use. However, the ones that have proven to be most useful are the elevator pitch and the investor pitch. Let's look at them in more detail. What is an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch is a brief, persuasive speech that is used to spark initial interest in your project. A good elevator pitch should be as short as possible, roughly the length of an elevator ride. Elevator pitches should be interesting, memorable, and succinct, and should explain what it is that makes you or your project, product, or idea unique. Here are some of the basic steps involved in preparing a good elevator pitch. Start by identifying your goal. What is the objective of your pitch? This will change depending on your audience and the context that you find yourself in, so alter your pitch accordingly. Introduce yourself. When you're meeting someone for the first time, the first thing they'll need to know is your name. Try and also give some interesting information about yourself to make your listener more curious about you and what it is that you have to offer. Remember that an elevator pitch should sound personal and natural. Go on to explain what it is that you do. Your pitch should clearly describe what your project does and why it does it. Try to engage your listener's emotional side by focusing on the problems that you're solving and how it is that you're helping people. Communicate your USP. Your elevator pitch should communicate your unique selling proposition, or USP. Identify what it is that makes you, your project, or your idea unique and stand out in the market. Once this is done, bring everything together. When you've completed each section of your pitch, put it all together and then read it out loud to make sure that you're not speaking for too long. If your pitch is longer than 2 or 3 minutes, you risk losing your listeners' interest and engagement. Your pitch needs to be snappy and compelling. The shorter, the better. And finally, practice, practice, and practice. Like anything else in life, practice makes perfect. Without some practice, you're more likely to make mistakes like talking too fast, sounding unnatural, or forgetting vital information about your project. Body language is also very important, and it conveys just as much information to the listener as your words do. Practice in front of the mirror or in front of colleagues until the pitch is perfect and feels natural. Don't forget to breathe, maintain eye contact, and be natural. Let's move on to the investor pitch. During an investor pitch, it is important for you to tell the audience a compelling story about your project and its potential to grow and make profits in the future, if this is the goal of yours. Some additional things to know when preparing an investor pitch. Make sure you have a good pitch deck ready and know who your audience is. A pitch deck is a presentation that showcases your product or service, shares your business model, provides a brief overview of your monetization strategy, and introduces your team. Know your numbers and be ready for any questions. This is very important. You have to be prepared for any questions that take you by surprise. And then finally, it's also a good idea to have a leaflet or a document with additional points to leave behind. If you're interested to learn more about pitching, head over to module 3.5 where you will find additional resources that will come in useful.